Welcome everyone to another episode of Pacific Thoughts. It is I. Today I got another video for you that's not a Wade Wilson video. This one is from one of my favorite judges, Judge Boyd. My favorite judge is Judge Fleischer. He's man, that dude's a trip. I'll bring some of his videos one of these days. All right, so there's something interesting in this video that caught my attention. And it kind of sucks because I want to have it be like a, can you guess which part is crazy or which part made me say, but I can't because I'm going to have to put what it is in the title so that people will click it. Because if I don't, nobody's going to click it. So what happened was the judge is like, there's like this mom, she's on drugs and, you know, whatever it may be, but the judge is structuring her sentence. I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to watch it. And then when the part comes up, we'll discuss it because I don't want to ruin it for you guys. I was going to like explain it now, but if I explain it all now, why will you watch the rest of the video? So I'm going to try to put something like eye-catching on the front. Hopefully, I'm not very good at marketing. I'm not very good at, like, as you guys can probably tell, I'm not very good at making the thumbnails. I would even venture to say that I suck at it. Do my best. So I'm going to try to make something that's grabs your attention, but doesn't spoil the fun. All right, well, without further ado, let's see what that popping sound is coming from the microwave.
For the state?
Who, Johnny?
For the state?
Is it just me? Or does Judge Boyd look like Oprah Winfrey from The Color Purple at this moment? Man, she looked like a guy in drag. She looked like a guy with a bad wig on. Is this a Tyler Perry movie? All right, I'm done with my corny jokes, man. I know I ain't no comedian. Hey, look, Judge Boyd looks like the Judge Boyd looks like the theater poster for Get Out. You know the picture of Get Out with the guy. Oh, I love you, Judge Boyd. Much love to you.
For the defense?
Valentina Cogon on behalf of Mrs. Montes.
And are you Christina Montes?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
That's why this was recorded during the pandemic. She couldn't go to the salon or nothing, boy. Hey, goodness gracious. Girl, you look like your daddy. Not in a good way.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection.
Ms. Montes, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
I forgot.
Ms. Montes, did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yeah.
Counsel, I'm showing you the
I did not add this music to the background. That is whoever made this. You don't really need music in the background, but whatever. I'm too lazy to go find the video myself, so I'm not complaining, man. Thank you. Thank you for getting the video out there, whoever.
discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have an
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Montes, you need to listen to the questions that I'm asking. That question was directed at your attorney. Do you understand?
Sorry, ma'am.
Ms. Kogut, have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have and I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment, Ms. Montes. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are, and also I want to mention, there's a couple corrections on the plea bargain that I need to let you know before we get to that.
All right, so you're proceeding on count 1 and 2?
Oh,
Count 1 is possession of methamphetamine. Count 2 is possession of heroin.
we are proceeding on count 2, waiving count 1.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Montes, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in
Yes.
both of those?
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
You understand you're charged with possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she is and she was.
Ms. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Ms. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
It's funny, you got like all these different little heads right here. Because every one of us got like a different position how they do in the camera. So everybody got like their own little thing. You got Judge Boyd there looking like Tina Turner in that movie after Ike done got a hold of her. Then you got Marcus Sanders over here just looking goofy as hell in his damn. He look like he's in a jail cell himself. Nah, there ain't no cinder blocks back there. He look like he's in an interrogation room. And then you got Miss Coggett, Miss Kogut. She over here peeking. She down. Who told her to do your hair like this? Montez, she's just all effed up. She answers when it ain't her turn and then don't answer when it is her turn. She just, maybe that's why Judge Boyd looks like that. Maybe it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something. She done dealt with these guys all day. She's sick of it, man. I'm gonna cut you some slack, Miss Boyd. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. The court is in receipt to this document, what's entitled plea bargain page. Are there corrections to the plea bargain agreement, state or defense?
There are, Judge, and I would ask if I could see you and defense counsel in the breakout room.
All right, we will go to breakout room number 2, please.
Cut off. I'm glad the music done cut. I didn't even notice it. He left that thing playing way too long. But she got to clean her shades. Now those are shades, people. Those aren't prescription glasses. That lady's wearing sunglasses in the house, ain't she? Or not, she cleaning her sunglasses. She wasn't wearing them. That'd be funny as hell if she was wearing her sunglasses. You know the judge would say something.
Ms. Montez, you need to come back on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
She was down doing a 10 and 2, wasn't she? Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. Oh, 10 and 2.
Agreement. The state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine prorated. State recommends community supervision. There's $114 for SAPD drug testing. Did you understand that?
I go ahead. Since I like to educate my audience, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and educate. What I meant when I said she was doing an old 10 and 2. That's what people that consume ice, crystal, that's what they call it. They call it 10 and 2 because they roll the bowl like that from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you know, to make the substance go around the little bowl part in the chalet. It's called a chalet. I know. I mean, I just stuck up information, man. Plus, I devoted a large amount of my life to, not only selling, but partially consuming. Not that in particular, that's not really my thing. But, just being around street stuff, man, street shit. But anyways, yeah, that's what they call it. It's 10 and 2. So that's what it looked like. Looked like she had the camera down so you couldn't see her face. Like she was there rolling the bowl. So now y'all know what 10 and 2 means.
The plea bargain agreement.
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Do Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation of 120 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Still messing with
Offense-
She's still messing with them damn cheap ass sunglasses, ain't she? What the hell? She must be tweaking. Let her hands sit still. She fidgeting as hell.
is charged in count 2. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, Ms. Montez, do me a favor. Concentrate
Yes,
on what's going on. Put the shades, glasses, whatever you have down. You can do those repair work on your own time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Work on her $5 glass. $2.99. Them things probably came from damn Ross or something. It's probably about $3.99.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
Yes, the state offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Montez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
You guys live together or no?
We did up until yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
I guess the bad breakup.
When's the last time you used drugs? And before you even answer, know that you're going to get drug tested today.
Yeah.
So what are you
Yeah.
positive for?
Judge Boyd, Miss Montez for the okie doke, ain't she? How you gonna drug test me today when it's COVID and I'm at home? Tell me that. How? What, you gonna send the sheriff over here to drug test me? I mean, hey, I'm not saying that you won't. You just might. But I'll conveniently not be at home. And then also, if you're gonna drug test me, shit, I'm just gonna put some down. All I gotta do is go get somebody else's pee. When I know the sheriff coming, we'll warm it up, put it in the bathroom, get someone else's pee, and then when you come piss test me, since it's not like in the government office or something, you ain't gonna go in that person's bathroom like that. Did you sheriff? Hell nah. I mean, which you might get somebody from probation, but
Whatever I was found with.
And what would that be? I wasn't with you, so I don't know what you were using.
Methamphetamines and heroin.
Okay. So when did you last use?
That would be today.
Okay.
Well, actually, early this morning, about 3.
Or this afternoon?
Yeah, I haven't been. Honestly, I have not been to sleep since last night.
All right. So you last used this afternoon
3.
over the lunch break?
No, not over the lunch break. It was like 3 this morning.
Okay.
This morning.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
3, 7, and 15.
And where are they?
They're with my mother and my mother-in-law.
So, and where is their father?
He's in prison.
Child Protective Services involved?
Yes.
So obviously you're not doing your service plan. Are you dependent on your mother to end up taking custody of your children?
Yes. Well, yeah. My mother-in-law has custody of my daughter, and my youngest is with my sister-in-law. And I have custody of my 15-year-old, but he's with my mother.
Well, you know your 15-year-old should not be with you at all.
Yeah, I know he's not. He's with my mom.
So basically you're
it's crazy. That don't make you feel some type of way, girl. Like that woman just said, your 15-year-old should not be with you at all, and you're just like, yeah, I know. Damn, it's fucked up. I guess there's that, because when I was a bad parent, man, I knew I was a bad parent too. So I can't even really, it's easy to sit there from this side and try to judge somebody, but we all know what we've done, and I know a lot of people, a lot of times, a lot of stuff we do don't get brought to the light, and it's. I always tell people, man, could you imagine what the world would be like if you could see everything someone's done, could not lie? If you had to wear all your bad deeds on your forehead, which I try to think like that nowadays, man. I try to I be wanting to do bad stuff all the time. I'm a criminal by nature. I was a criminal most of my life. about 10 years ago is when I like decided like, man, I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna become a better person. You know, I'm gonna quit living like this, quit living crazy like a fool, you know, but it didn't happen overnight. So I'll really say like about 10 years ago, I was still knee deep in the game, but let's see, probably about about 4 years ago is when I would consider myself like just completely out. Not, you know, yeah. So 4 years ago is when I credit myself to like really being like a good person. I was proud of who I was then, but I still had lots of flaws. Like I'm even prouder of who I am now. Is the person I am today is a 180 from who I was 10 years ago, especially who I was 15 years ago. There was at some points there was people like, don't do that, you idiot. You shouldn't, you know, probably some other words, but don't do that. You're stupid, you know? But I always think about God's watching me, you know, because whenever I have a bad thought or an intrusive thought, like it's not just the fact, like, I don't think about, I mean, of course I think about the consequences, like, you know, what the end outcome is going to be, or what it most likely will be. But really, you know, even if it's like something I won't get caught on or I think I could get away with, it's not even that. It's the fact that I know God's watching at all times. And God has done so much for me that like I don't want to let him down because I love him, because he's done everything for me. You know what I'm saying? He's giving me stuff like I don't even deserve anything that I have, and God chose to let me have it anyways, you know? So that means a lot to me about God, you know? So that's why, yeah, that's my little 2 cents, man. Take what you want from it. That's how I look at stuff, man. And I know I went from left field to right field, down to damn home base, back to center field. I hope it made sense to y'all.
Children are separated because you won't stop using drugs.
Yes. Yeah,
Have you ever been to rehab?
Yes, I have.
When?
I've been to Satif. I have been to the Knicks. I've been to, when I was in drug court. That's why I was in drug court. I was gonna check into the nearest methadone clinic. It's the methamphetamine is not a problem. It's the heroin that's the problem. And that's what I was gonna do this week when I got some money. More actually, I got these funds right now.
Well, you know, methadone is just another drug.
Yes, I know that.
How far did you go in school?
Some college.
When did you first start using?
About 25.
Did you complete
25.
any services with Child Protective Services?
You know, girl,
Some
quit
parenting classes
playing.
done, but I didn't complete no safety plan.
When's the last time you were employed?
2018, I believe.
How are you supporting yourself?
Granted, this probably 2022.
19 houses.
How are you supporting your habit?
Girl, this fool just said she was last employed in 2022. And then the judge said, oh wait, no. She said when you last was employed, when were you last employed? She said 2018. And then the judge said, how do you support yourself? I clean houses. Ish, that's damn employment, genius. You fool. I mean, what wouldn't be employed? I mean, the scrapping metal, that might not be considered employment. Prostituting. I mean, if it's not a steady, I feel like, I don't know the definition of employment. I'm not looking it up, but I feel like employment is just a steady paycheck from somewhere. Fucking fool. You and Wade Wilson should date.
That I get paid on a cash level.
I'm sorry, what?
Cash. I get paid by cash. I clean houses and I get paid cash daily.
Not real cash, like cash.
You know, you're not going to be allowed to do that anymore. You understand why?
Because I have to get a job.
Well, you can't be any place in any employment that requires a fiduciary duty on your part. So I can't have you in someone's home cleaning houses when you're in the throes of your addiction. Because when people are in the throes of their addiction, temptation is rampant. Because you know, and I know, that if you need a fix and there's some extra money laying around.
If you let this woman right here in your house to clean it, you deserve to lose at least a toaster. Come on, man. Don't let no woman look like that come clean your damn house, people. You ain't got cameras. Even if you like getting a cleaning company come, you don't know who's gonna come. I'd at least have to peek on that camera just to see what it's looking like. You don't want to let Wade Wilson in your house, do you?
somebody's house, you're probably going to take
Wade Wilson is the new standard for low. You know, whenever you want to talk about a degenerate, you just use Wade Wilson as he's the standard for the lowest of the low.
So I'm going to get you some help, and whether or not you take it is 100% up to you. Either you're going to be a mother to your children or you're not. Right now, the problem is, I imagine your mother and your mother-in-law allow you to drop in to be the sunny delight mom with your children, but they do the heavy lifting. You just come in and breeze in, hey, to be the happy mom. They didn't want to be mothers to your grandchildren, to your children, but you've forced them to be mothers instead of the grandparents. We're going to fix that today, and whether or not it's fixed depends completely on you. I see that drug court didn't work for you, so we're going to step that up a little bit. This is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 18 months, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's to be no contact with Jacob Vasquez. $1,000 fine, that will be probated. $114 to SAPD for restitution. 120 hours community service restitution. The court will deduct 40 of those hours if you receive the COVID vaccine. Not forcing you to do it, but if you do it and you provide proof, you'll have that. There's to be
Make you guys say, what the? Isn't that crazy? When I heard that, I was like, yo, something just don't seem right about that, huh? What do y'all think? I feel like that's I'm not going to say an abuse of power, because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that's the proper term, but my uneducated opinion is that's an abuse of power, because you can't be like, you can, obviously you can, but I don't think you should be allowed to say like, okay, if the government, if you can't say as part of your sentence, you have to get the COVID vaccine, then you shouldn't be allowed to use punishment as a way to force someone to still get the COVID vaccine. That's crazy. That's coercion, ain't it? Or that's coercion, right? Making somebody in a roundabout way, you're pretty much making her to get the COVID vaccine. And I'm not one way or the other. I could care less if you want the COVID vaccine, you don't want the COVID vaccine. I just feel like that's a personal choice. Just like the flu vaccine or any other vaccine, and it'll be something bigger next time. And then it'll be something bigger. And just because it hasn't happened to you yet, don't think it can never happen. That was it. And I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of her sentence just so y'all can hear it in case anyone's interested in that.
No unsupervised contact with any minors. There's to be intensive parenting classes. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment, Rebecca, that requires her to be placed in the position of having a fiduciary duty. So there's no employment with her as a home health care provider, with minors, or house cleaning. You're going to report to court tomorrow at 9 a.m. That's October 1st.
Fiduciary is someone who manages someone else's money or property. So when she says if she has a fiduciary duty, that means if has access to someone's money or property. It's pretty much the way she's using it. If I don't know a word, I like to look it up and get the definition, because I don't like not knowing stuff.
2021 at 9 a.m. We're located at 300 De La Rosa.
Okay.
When are you going to report to court?
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
And what's the address? 300
De La Rosa.
All right. You're going to report to court, and you are going to be placed in SafeP. Once she's completed SafeP, I'm going to want the UA hotline, and I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month, random.
Ma'am, is there any way that I can get, because this is my house right now, I have to get, we're been in the throes of moving out, we're getting evicted, and I literally had to move out everything. Well, me and my ex-boyfriend, we just had a break.
So here's where you are.
Her and the guy you just told her she can't have contact with.
Ms. Montez, you just used drugs this morning. You're telling me you haven't had any sleep because you keep using drugs.
No, this is
here's the thing. Ms. Montez, if I test you today, you're going to be positive for heroin and meth. Maybe alcohol, maybe marijuana, but we know heroin and meth. And let me explain something to you. The people
to come to court and see a judge look like that, you already know you about to get ringed. She having a bad damn day. God, I see a judge look like that. She look like LeBron James with a wig on, with a Spirit Halloween wig on at that. Not even a damn Not even a wig shop wig.
Who make the heroin and meth, that's not
Hey.
FDA approved.
She looked like Danny Glover with a wig on, with a Spirit Halloween wig on.
What they're putting in it, you don't know if you may overdose or not overdose. So I'm trying to save your life and help you. So at the end of the day, money should not be the driving force of our lives. As my mom always says, if you have a problem that money can't solve, then you have a real problem. And right now, the problem that you have that money can't solve right now is you're in the throes of your addiction. The fact that you may lose some furniture at your apartment or wherever you stand, that can be replaced, but your life can't. So you're going to be in the 187 District Court tomorrow at 9 a.m. promptly. If you don't show up at 9 a.m., what's going to happen is a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. So she's going to show up at 9 a.m. Tomorrow.
I can do the probation. I know I can do it.
Yeah, you are going to do it. But this is the way you're doing it.
Without the safety. I have a lot of
Ms. Montes, let me ask you something. Are you clean right now? If you were drug tested today, would you be positive or negative? Yes or no?
Okay, I would be negative. But I mean,
No. You time out. Time out and listen to me. Time out. Listen to me. You just told me you use drugs, so you're going to be positive for drugs. So here's my question for you. If you can write your own program and do it on your own, why are your children with your mom and with your mother-in-law? And why are you positive? Because you continue to use and you can't control it.
Let me explain. With my 5-year-old, my 7-year-old, my 3-year-old, I was ripped out of the house. Because my uncle and my brother-in-law at the time, they were in a quarrel. And my brother-in-law, he shot at my uncle. There's police reports on this. And there was a whole hostage situation. I was doing everything I needed to do for that child at the time.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Montes.
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
ask you something. Let's say your children live with you.
I go to NA.
No, listen to what I'm
Listen.
saying. Calm down and listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say your children live with you and you need a babysitter. And I come to you.
I'm not
and I
allowed
have
to have my
great-
children.
listen
I don't
to
have
me.
custody of my children, Ms. Boyd. I do
All
not.
right, she won't listen. This is what's going to happen. You're going to come in tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you're not here,
No, hey man, big thing in life is know when to shut up. You got to know when to shut up, especially when you're in court. Know when to shut up. There's a time to speak and a time to shut up. And the time to shut up is going to be about 75% more than the time to speak. That's for sure.
warrant is going to be issued for your arrest.
Did you know that cow farts are the #1 cause of rising sea levels in our world? And those bastards aren't getting away with it. Introducing the Groove Belt Max Leather, made for...
So she's going to come into court, Rebecca. She's going to Safe P.
What's crazy too, it seems like it's always the dumber people that always be so quick to talk. Have y'all noticed that? It's like the dumber you are, the more you got to say.
Then after she gets out of Safe P, we're going to do a UA hotline. There's going to be 3 field visits per month. I'm going to want weekly in-person reporting until further notice.
Right now.
Is there anything else that she needs, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Montes, unmute yourself. I'm showing you what's
Fucking dummy.
entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because it's a felony conviction, you're not.
That's it for that one, folks. We don't know if she ever showed up the next day. Tell me what y'all think about that. The reason why I brought it to y'all's attention was, the fact that the judge used part of her sentence. She said was 120 hours, and she'll take off 40 hours if Ms. Montez brings her proof that she's got the COVID vaccine. I feel like that's not right. That's the government pretty much making you take the COVID vaccine. And the government shouldn't be able to make you take any vaccine, which, as we all know, the government pretty much makes you take vaccines already, because your kids can't go to school unless they're vaccinated. So that's kind of the reason, I personally don't care about the COVID vaccine. You can get it, you cannot get it, whatever. But what I do care about is government overreach and trying to help people see what's going on, or maybe look at things from a different light, different perspective, just because we have to be vigilant. Because, when things are done to you in small increments, you don't really realize this. and then before you know it, it's this big, but then it's too late. It's kind of like the old adage about, a frog in a pot of boiling water. If you put a frog in a pot that's boiling already, it's going to jump out. But if you place a frog in a pot of water that's just room temperature and then turn the burner on, let it heat up slowly, the frog will sit in there and cook itself to death. So it's kind of like what's happening with us. They just do things slowly, and we'll sit here and let it happen until it's too late. So just be awake. You don't got to agree with me. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to give you a different opinion maybe than one you already have, and just a different point of view. It's just all for the sake of gaining knowledge and building, just being aware. Everybody's got their own thoughts and opinions. I respect yours. You don't have to respect mine. Keep it to yourself. Thanks to all those that have subscribed. We are at like 170, probably at like 180 right now, which is it's awesome, man. I appreciate you guys, for real. It means a lot to me. Thank you. And I read your guys' comments. Thank you guys for all of the, all of the good comments. I know you guys love the babies. I always bring Gemma on here. She's the real small one. They're twins. Her sister's a little bigger than her. I'll bring her on here one of these days. They're sleeping right now. Yeah, guys, that's all I got. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe if you want to. If you liked it, hit the like. If you didn't like it, hit the like. There's no reason to hit dislike. Why? Why? Like, why do people feel the need just to spread negativity? But I don't mind if you dislike it. Let me know. If I get enough dislikes, I know that I'm doing something you guys don't like. And I make the videos for y'all. I like making the videos, but really it's for you guys. So let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. I've got a thick skin. I'm prepared. Anyways, man, you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, man. Thanksgiving's coming up. Let's make sure everybody's got something to eat out there. I know there's a lot of food drives going on right now. If you can, let's just donate something. Let's just make sure everybody's got something out to eat out there when Thanksgiving rolls around. All right. Till I see you guys next time, be safe.